Hi, Caspar on the 23rd of April 2018, and I have got a Spanish white here from Rueda in northern Spain, and this is made from a grape called Verdejo, Verdejo, widely touted as one of Spain's best grape varieties, I suppose. It's from a company called Verderrubi. Yeah, I can't tell you much more about it at the moment, but let's have a look at it. It's got a pretty colour in the glass. It's just like a little sort of gemstone winking at me, pale, sort of citrine. Yeah, let's call it that. Sounds quite smart, pale citrine, and it looks good as well. It's an interesting nose. I opened this when it was straight out of the fridge and super cold. My food thermometer told me it was 8.5 degrees, and I think that's reading a bit high, but it was properly chilled. And after an initial burst of grapefruit, it sort of was a bit shy, really. But this is, as wines invariably do, as it's warmed up, it's opened up, and there are aromas in there that are sort of spring-like and light, but with some presence to them as well. And their mineral scents and floral scents and aromas of nut and slightly peary fruit and a wisp of grapefruit continues on. And all good, I think, varietal sort of identifiers. It's really expressive. It's got quite an exotic, almost gladioli sort of floral note going on. Perhaps the merest hint of banana. I mean, this smells. I have tasted this wine, I confess, and you know, it smells, and on the palate it does the same thing. It smells thoroughly modern, i.e. clean, well made, and the product of a modern winery, but at the same time it expresses itself very, very well. Let's have a sip. Oh, it's a super wine to sit around drinking on its own. Actually, it's got that same sort of spring-like clarity and freshness and newness to it, and it finishes with the most beautiful sort of scrunch of fresh acidity, and cleans up the palate, and that little bit of sort of mineral texture as well to the end just adds to the feeling of the sense of refreshment. As I say, you know, like the nose, like the palate, it's clean. It's clearly a wine that's been made in modern premises, but you know, that's not obfuscated the expression of the grape, or indeed, I think the place. Yeah. Got a lovely sort of vim, life to it. Within it there's a sort of spice, it's almost sort of chilly, pepperiness, which I find quite fascinating. And then this lasting, slightly tilth-like mineral texture that persists within the grip of the wine. It's a lovely thing. I don't even know what this costs. I'm going to have to ask the question, but gosh, that's super. And through it all there's this sort of floral, almost sort of daffodil-like flavour. Daffodils are often associated with another Spanish grape, Verdejo, but I think that's absolutely super. I think anyone who pulled the cork out of a bottle of that would get ultimate reward. It's really very nice indeed. There we are, 2016 Verdejo from an outfit called Verderrubi, about whom I know nothing whatsoever, but I think that has daily drinker written all over it. It's utterly delicious.